If you've been applying for job after job and hearing nothing back, I want you to know something important. It's not you, it's probably your strategy. Too many smart, capable people feel stuck, not because they're underqualified or unqualified, but because they're trying to move forward without a map. Hi, I'm Ariel, a certified career coach, and I work with people who are done sending scattered applications into the void. If that's you, you're in the right place. Today, I'm going to share a powerful framework I use with my coaching clients, something called the ideal work search model. It's built to help you move from confusion and burnout to confidence and direction. But here's the thing, I'm not going to give you a generic checklist or a cookie cutter advice. Instead, I'm going to walk you through the real reasons why job searching can feel so broken and show you where clarity can start. So, whether you're early on in your career, shifting after burnout, or just tired of feeling like you're drifting, this is going to be for you. If you're ready to stop guessing and start aligning your career with who you actually are, let's get into it. Let's talk about one of the most frustrating parts of the job search, feeling like you're doing everything right and still getting nowhere. So, you've polished your resume, you've rewritten your LinkedIn headline, maybe even taken a course or two, you applied to dozens of roles, maybe even hundreds, and still nothing. Not even a rejection email. If that's you, I want you to hear this loud and clear. You are not the problem. Your approach is. Most job seekers fall into what I call the spray and pray trap, where you apply everywhere because you don't have a clear target. It feels productive, but it rarely gets you results. Here's why. Without clarity, your energy and messaging are scattered. Your resume becomes a chameleon trying to fit into every possible role, and you end up forgettable and losing yourself in the process of your applications. Your cover letters start sounding templated, even if you tweak them, because deep down, you're not really grounded in what you really want. And slowly, quietly, that uncertainty can start to chip away at your confidence. You start wondering if you're behind in the process or unqualified or just maybe not cut out for this career. But I promise you, you're none of those things. You just don't have a clear definition of what ideal work actually looks like for you. This is where the ideal work search model comes in. Unlike traditional job advice that just throws you straight into templates and networking tips, my model starts somewhere different. It starts with you. It helps you to identify the 4 anchors of your aligned work. What you love, which is the tasks and the missions that light you up, what drives you, your motivators, your values, your deeper why, what you're good at, the skills you bring, even the ones you take for granted. And finally, what pays you, the industries and the roles where your strengths will be valued. When you connect those dots or look at the intersection of those circles, your search becomes focused, intentional, and more importantly, hopeful again. Now, I'm not going to break down for you the entire model here. Why? Because this kind of deep clarity isn't a quick checklist. It takes a bit of a conversation, but I will walk you through one of the powerful parts of it next. Let's explore what actually drives your career choices and how you can start uncovering that today. So, when we talk about what actually drives clarity in your career, not just what you've been told or what really works, it creates a different kind of answer because most of us were never taught how to make decisions based on who we are. We were taught to chase titles or pick something that's marketable or follow someone else's version of success. But here's the truth. Career clarity doesn't come from copying what works for someone else. It comes from understanding what drives you and who you are. So one of the most powerful ways to do that is through a values-based lens. And I don't mean vague words like teamwork or integrity that show up on corporate posters. I mean what actually matters to you on a daily basis in your job. What kind of work energizes you instead of drains you? What feels meaningful, even if it's hard? Think about this. When have you felt truly proud of something that you did at work or school or created? What kind of environment were you in? What role did you play? What was the impact? Take a moment, pause this video, and write that down. Now, ask yourself the opposite. When have you felt drained or frustrated or like you were fading into the background? What was missing in that situation? What strengths weren't you able to use, or what values of yours felt violated? Most people never pause long enough to answer these types of deep questions. They jump from job to job hoping that something just finally clicks. But until you define what drives your motivation at work, you're going to keep likely chasing roles that don't really fit you that well. Here's something I walk through in coaching. I give you a list of 30 plus core values and drivers that I see most often needed. Things like autonomy, creativity, stability, impact, recognition, and growth. And I get you to choose your top ones through a fun exercise. Now, no two people value the exact same combination, and that's the point. Clarity starts when you stop trying to be everything to everyone and start owning what matters most to you. That's the power of knowing what drives you. And yes, this is just one piece of the full ideal work model, but without it, everything else gets a little bit wobbly. It's like building a house without checking the foundation. Next, let's walk through through a quick exercise you can use to start sketching out your ideal direction. So you're not just reacting to job postings anymore, but actually filtering them based on you. Okay, let's get practical. So once you understand what drives you, the next question becomes, so what kind of work actually fits that? This is where most job searches fall apart. You find a job posting that sounds kind of interesting, but you're still unsure. So you apply anyways, hoping it sticks. Repeat that 20 times and you're exhausted and still unclear. Even worse, you go into an interview not knowing what you value and what matters to you, and that flops as well. So let's change that. We're going to start with a simple clarity exercise that I use with coaching clients that can give you a starting point, something we can call the ideal work grid. Now, again, it's not the full ideal work model, but it does give you a powerful glimpse of how aligned work actually starts. So take out a piece of paper or open a blank document and let's make 3 columns. Column 1 is what I'm good at. Column 2 is what I enjoy doing. And column 3 is what I want next. Pause here and write those 3 things down. Then start listing freely. No censoring. Don't worry if it feels messy. Under what I'm good at, write down strengths that you've used in school, job, hobbies, anywhere where you've solved problems, helped others, or maybe achieved results. Under what I enjoy doing, think about tasks that energize you, not just big picture passions, but day-to-day moments. For example, do you love brainstorming ideas or organizing chaos, writing, leading, things like that? Under what I want next, write what matters to you in this next chapter of your career story. Is it flexibility? Is it purpose? Maybe more structure, maybe a new industry, maybe ongoing learning or remote work. Write it all down. Now, here's the magic. Look for the similarities and the overlaps. Where do these columns intersect or overlap, and what kind of roles or environments start to show up when you think about where all those 3 things could be found? You might notice something surprising. Maybe you've always been great at planning and organizing, but you enjoy mentoring people and you want a little more flexibility. That could point to roles like career services or learning and development or operations in a mission-driven company. This is where direction begins, not with a job title, but with a profile of who you are and what matters to you. And if you're thinking, I don't know if I'm doing this right, that's normal. This process is a little messy and it works best when someone actually can reflect back to you and help you to structure your brain patterns and your thoughts. That's why I don't just send clients a worksheet and say, good luck. I help them in coaching to build this clarity together step by step and layer by layer. We take time and pull out what's been sitting in your head and turn it into a strategy. And just so you know, you don't have to figure out your forever job. You just need to find the next step that's aligned, and you can find it. If this exercise sparks something for you, even just a little curiosity, I'd love to help you to take it a step further. But first, let me tell you why doing this work alone can keep you stuck longer than it should. You can do this work on your own, but you don't have to. And honestly, you probably shouldn't, because clarity in your career isn't just about journaling your way to the perfect answer. It's about connecting the dots that you might not realize are even there. Most of us are way too close to our own story. We dismiss our strength, we overthink our instincts, and we second guess every decision till we're back in analysis paralysis. That's where coaching comes in, not to give you the answers, but to help you uncover the ones that are already inside you. In my ideal work search method that I do with clients, I walk you through every layer of the ideal work model. We clarify what drives you. We name your core strengths. We identify the real patterns in your work history. And then we build a strategy to move you forward with direction and with confidence. Coaching isn't a one-size-fits-all, and neither is the ideal work model, but it's a formula and it's a personalized map. And sometimes having someone to reflect back to you, name what you're great at, challenge what's not working, and just hold space when you're a little unsure is exactly what can help you to move forward faster. I've seen this transformation happen again and again, and I'd love to see it happen for you. If you're feeling like you've been drifting a little bit, maybe just reacting to job boards and second guessing every move you're making and wondering what's next, you don't have to keep spinning your wheels. There is a way to job search that feels aligned with who you actually are. But it doesn't start with more job applications. It starts with you doing a bit of the hard work of discovery. The ideal work search model is how I help clients build a personalized map forwards from stuck to strategic. So inside coaching, what happens is we go deep. We look at your values, your strengths, your drivers, and how to align them with roles that actually make sense. If this video sparks something for you, even one piece of it, I'd love to support you further. You can learn about coaching with me on my LinkedIn profile and message me directly if you'd like to explore what this could look like for you, because you don't need to figure all this out on your own. Let's discover and help you land your ideal work together.